Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Last night my wife said she want to eat pork chop. So then I asked her what style. She said as long as it got lemongrass inside. So I would say it's more Asian style, yeah, with lemongrass. Okay, so I have 3 pieces of pork chop here. We need to tenderize the pork chop later, and by using these 2 things. This is the toss hammer, and also if you don't have this, you can use the fork. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do it later. Then also look at our marination. We need some fresh ingredients here. I'm putting into. I'm going to blend this. Yeah. This is lemongrass, 2 pieces. A few pieces of this is the fresh coriander roots. Don't throw the roots away. This is one of the best ingredient for you to marinate. It's very fragrant. Okay, fresh coriander roots, and then 1 small piece of ginger, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 shallot. Seasoning, we will have some. This is oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon. Light soya sauce, 1 tablespoon. Shaoxing wine, 1 tablespoon. A half teaspoon of black pepper. Half teaspoon of white pepper. Few drops of sesame oil. Some salt and sugar. Okay. So first of all, before marination, we need to first tenderize your pork. I'm going to use the Chinese method. This part here is very chewy. It's actually recommended you to remove this white portion thing. It's very chewy, but sometimes I'm just lazy, so I will leave it on. Get something to cover your pork, and you want to start using your toss hammer. Actually, I can put this into the. Maybe put this inside is better. And by doing this way, it will not splash around. Yeah. You really want to flatten it to at least half of the original size. Basically, doing this and together with the fork, we want to basically break the texture of the meat. The moment you break the texture of the meat will become more tender. And you're going to see your pork chop will look a bit larger because it becomes flatter. Yeah, it has a larger surface. See, it's already become twice the size, twice the original size. Control your weight also. Don't press it, don't hit it too hard. You don't want to smash your meat as well. Okay, take it out. All right. Then you can use a fork to do this. This will help to also tender your pork. At the same time, will help the marination to go in easier. Okay, by doing this, your pork will be very tender later. All right, done. Right, I'm just going to continue with the rest. Alright, let's start making the marination. Of course, we have the herbs here. Coriander roots, shallot, garlic, ginger. You can also put a bit of galangal if you have. The lemongrass. I'm going to add a little bit of water, then blend it up. Okay, I don't mind to be watery because later the marination will contain water as well. Okay, lock it up. Okay, done. Right, so we have to this consistency is good enough. And let us get ready a plate. It's not sure if this plate is big enough. Okay, I've changed to a much larger plate here. So let me add in all this first. The blended ingredients. Wow, very flavorful, fragrant. Especially from the lemongrass. Lemongrass is a very important ingredient in Asian country. It gives you some really nice citrusy flavor. I think the Vietnamese pork chop use it the most. Okay. So after the blended thing, then we put in the oyster sauce, light soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, white pepper, black pepper a bit more, okay? Black pepper is very, very fragrant. And we can, not forgetting my sugar and salt. So this is salt. Then some sugar. You can use any kind of sugar you have. Coconut sugar is probably the best, yeah, most fragrant. And a few drops of sesame oil. Mix them all up nicely. Wow, so fragrant. It's already very fragrant. Okay, and I'm going to add some water inside. Not too much. Make sure after you add the water, it is still salty enough, okay? Because you need this to marinate the pork chop. Let me test this. Is it salty enough? Yeah, it's salty enough. Right? Then we can actually put in the pork chop. Let me zoom in for you. Okay. Coat it nicely with the marination. And put it aside. Take out the second one. Coat it nicely with the marination. Again, put it aside. The third one, I'm cooking for 3 adults. Not sure whether my girl will want to eat this later also. Depends, up to her. Okay, coat this nicely. Now, what I do next is I will put some of the blended thing here. Then I'm going to top it up on the second pieces. Also, put some of the blended ingredient in between, on top. Then I'm going to put in the third pieces and put some of the blended ingredient on top so that the whole thing is marinated. All right. Okay, then I'm going to cover this with a wrap and leave it in the fridge for at least, let me see, at least 3 hours. Before I will grill or air fry or pan fry, I haven't decided how I want to do it. Basically, you can use it whatever way. You can use oven, you can use air fryer, you can use normal pan to pan fry, and it will be another very delicious pork chop. Actually, you can add a little bit more sugar. It should be a little bit more caramelized. All right, thank you very much. We will come back after the marination. All right, this is after approximately 3 hours of marinade inside the fridge, and I actually took the meat out 30 minutes before I want to pan fry. Oh, actually, I have decided to air fry instead of pan fry because there won't be too many smokes. All right, so here's my air fryer. And I'm going to put a little bit on oil on top. The meat is quite lean, so not much fat, yeah? So better put some oil here. Okay, looking at the size. Let me decide. I'm going to put 180 degree. Okay. Everything should be cooked within 20 minutes, I hope. So every probably about 5-6 minutes, I will actually flip it over and put a little bit of oil on the other side as well. Okay, so just let it grill and see the magic happen. Alright, this is after about 6 minutes. Oh, very fragrant, really very fragrant. So we want to carefully turn it over. Notice I actually put one extra layer of what do you call this? Metal net to raise the pork so that it will not have a direct contact with the plate down there. Reason being, if you put it on top of the grilling plate directly, when the juices started to release, then your pork will not be as crispy, yeah? You will be a bit soggy at the bottom. So I put a little bit of oil on top and let it continue for another 6-7 minutes. Then I will flip one more round, and I think it will be almost done. Within 20 minutes, definitely will be cooked. Alright, this is after another 8 minutes or so. I think the pork chop is at least 90% cooked. Now I just want to give it a little bit more of char on the surface. Yep. So I'm going to increase the heat a little bit. Can I increase the heat? Oops. Oh, I can't. Oh, I really can't. Okay. Yep, I increased the heat to 200 degrees Celsius and let it grill just for the sake of getting the nice char on the surface. Let it grill for a couple of minutes, then it's done. Alright, I think it's good enough. I don't want the pork chop to be too dry later. Total cooking time is approximately 17 minutes. Right, still very tender. Okay. All right, so we are going to eat it with some salad here, cucumber salad and carrot. If you prefer the color to be more char and darker, very easy, just put more sugar when you want to marinate. I put very little sugar, to be very frank. You can put a lot more. Okay, so if you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow Appa on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.